Scientists just found this terrifying new dinosaur. Hey everyone, it's me, number 10, the discovery in Patagonia. Scientists just made a very interesting discovery in Patagonia, Argentina. They found a brand new dinosaur that lived around 70 million years ago. The discovery was made by an international team of paleontologists with the help of technology from a digital mapping company called NearMap. Their findings were recently published in the Journal of Vertebrate Paleontology. The dinosaur is a type called a titanosaur. These dinosaurs were plant-eating giants that are part of the larger group of animals called sauropods. Sauropods were known to be the largest terrestrial animals that ever lived. The specific type of titanosaur discovered in Patagonia is called a Fetosaurus. These dinosaurs have short, thick necks and small heads. They also had really long forearms and huge bodies. But this particular dinosaur is different from any other Epicetosaurus ever found before. Not only does it offer scientists a glimpse at a new type of dinosaur, but it gives them insight into how all the others evolved. The dinosaur has been named Patagotitan maiorum. This means the Patagonian giant of the May family. The May family donated the money for the research project. After one of their members died, the fossils of the Patagotitan maiorum were first discovered back in 2012. At the time, the team didn't realize they had stumbled upon a new type of dinosaur. They simply thought it was another specimen of a previously identified species. Then in 2020, researchers began using digital tools to get a better look at the bones. This gave them a more precise view of the fossil, without having to do invasive procedures that could damage it. Using these new technologies, scientists were able to determine that the dinosaur was neither a new genus nor a new species. Instead, it's a new combination of the two. This means that the Patagotitan is closely related to other dinosaurs found across the world. In fact, it's so similar to the Argentinosaurus that it may actually be the same animal. The two dinosaurs have nearly identical skulls, vertebrae, and limb bones. 9. Fossils found in Argentina. Scientists already knew that the area where the new fossils were found was pretty important. There have been many amazing discoveries here over the past few decades. In the early 1980s, paleontologists uncovered the fossilized remains of a sauropod. This dinosaur was so large that it was nicknamed the whale of the desert. The bones were later identified as belonging to an Argentinosaurus. Some of the biggest dinosaurs ever discovered in South America have been found in Patagonia. These include the Rheogosaurus, the Patagotitan, and the Argentinosaurus. This region also happens to be one of the best places on Earth for finding fossils from the late Cretaceous period. Number 8. The length and weight. While looking through the bones that were collected in 2012, paleontologists noticed something strange. One of the bones looked like it belonged to a completely different animal. It wasn't until they used advanced imaging techniques that they realized what they had. They discovered that the bone was actually a piece of the shoulder girdle from a Gigantotherium. This is a relative of the modern armadillo. The interesting thing about this is that the dinosaur was way bigger than any of its relatives. The Patagotitan weighed about 69 tons and measured 37 meters long. This makes it one of the heaviest and longest dinosaurs ever to exist. It was even bigger than the Argentinosaurus, which is known to be one of the biggest dinosaurs on the planet. To put the size of this dinosaur into perspective, imagine 5 humans stacked on top of each other. That would be about the height of the Patagotitan when it stood on 2 legs. If you laid out its body flat, it would be the equivalent of 3 cars lined up next to each other. Number 7. How it was discovered. It took a lot of work to identify the new dinosaur, but it also took a lot of work to find it in the first place. The expedition to find the dinosaur was led by a scientist named José Luis Cerro. He and his team spent almost 40 days searching for fossils in southern Patagonia. Their search area was remote and difficult to access. Even once they arrived, there was still a lot of hard work ahead of them. They had to dig through layers of rocks and dirt to find anything useful. They weren't sure what kind of fossils they would find, if any, but they knew that they were in the right place. Patagonia is one of the best areas to search for fossils because of its unique geology. About 70 million years ago, this region was underwater. When the water receded, it left behind a bunch of dead animals. Over time, the bodies of these creatures turned into fossils. Now, millions of years later, scientists are able to study them. No, 6. How old is it? The fossils discovered in Patagonia are estimated to be about 70 million years old. This means that they're from the late Cretaceous period, The Cretaceous period lasted from about 145 to 66 million years ago. It was during this time that the dinosaurs roamed the Earth. The Cretaceous period was also when the first birds and mammals appeared. The late Cretaceous was the last age of the dinosaurs. It's believed that the asteroid that killed all of the dinosaurs struck at the end of this period. This means that the Patagodontan lived to be around the same time as the asteroid impact. However, it's not believed that the asteroid had any effect on the Patagodontan or its ancestors. The asteroid impact happened so fast that it probably didn't give the dinosaurs enough time to adapt. The Patagodontan evolved over a much longer period of time. This is why it was able to grow so big. 5. Other animals from the same period. The Patagodontan wasn't the only creature living in Patagonia 70 million years ago. There were lots of other animals living during this time, including some that were just as scary as the Patagodontan. For example, there was the Gigantopithecus garstine. This was a huge snake that grew up to 13 meters long. It was one of the biggest snakes that ever lived. It was also one of the top predators in its environment. This meant that it hunted other animals for food. The Gigantopithecus garstine would have been a terrifying sight to see slithering through the jungle. Another animal that lived in Patagonia at this time was the Thalassocrates. This was a relative of the modern ostrich that lived in the ocean. It grew up to 3 meters tall and had a huge beak. It's believed that the Thalassocrates used its beak to catch fish and other marine animals. It also probably used it to defend itself against predators. Number 4, where it lived. The Patagodontan lived in an area that's now called Patagonia. This is a region located in the southern part of South America. Today, Patagonia is known for its beautiful scenery and diverse wildlife. However, this wasn't always the case. Millions of years ago, Patagonia was home to some of the most incredible creatures that ever lived. The Patagodontan was one of these creatures. It lived in a lush jungle that was full of all kinds of amazing animals. The jungle also had lots of plants that the Patagodontan could eat. This is what allowed the dinosaur to grow so big. Today, Patagonia is a very different place. The jungle has long since disappeared and been replaced by mountains and deserts. This is why we don't find many fossils of the Patagodontan today. The chances of stumbling upon one of these dinosaurs' bones is extremely rare. But every once in a while, someone does find a fossil of this amazing creature. When this happens, it's a reminder of the incredible history of our planet. Number 3, the diet of the Patagodontan. The Patagodontan was a herbivore, meaning that it ate plants. It's believed that the dinosaur preferred to eat leaves and other vegetation from trees. This is because the Patagodontan was so tall that it could easily reach the tops of trees where the tastiest leaves are. The dinosaur also probably ate aquatic plants that grew in the shallow waters near its habitat. These plants would have been a good source of nutrients for the Patagodontan. In addition to eating plants, the Patagodontan also probably ate small animals. This could include insects, reptiles, and amphibians. The dinosaur could have snatched these animals as it walked through the jungle. It could also have used its long neck to reach into burrows and pull out small prey. Small animals probably made up a small part of the Patagodontan's diet, but they were an important source of protein for the dinosaur. Number 2, the extinction of the Patagodontan. The Patagodontan went extinct about 70 million years ago. This was during the late Cretaceous period. The most likely cause of its extinction was the asteroid impact that killed off all of the dinosaurs. This event happened so quickly that it probably didn't give the Patagodontan a chance to adapt. The asteroid impact caused massive changes to the climate and environment. This made it difficult for the Patagodontan to find food and water. It's also possible that the asteroid impact triggered a chain reaction that led to the extinction of the Patagodontan. For example, the asteroid impact could have caused a volcanic eruption. The eruption could have released harmful gases and particles into the atmosphere. This could have blocked out the sun and caused the climate to cool. It's also possible that the asteroid impact triggered a massive earthquake. The earthquake could have destroyed the Patagodontan's habitat and killed many of them. Number 1, the future of the Patagodontan. The Patagodontan is a fascinating dinosaur that's sure to capture the imagination of people all over the world. Its discovery has taught us a lot about the history of our planet. It's also given us a glimpse into the life of one of the most amazing creatures that ever lived. As we learn more about the Patagodontan, we'll continue to be amazed by its size and power. This is one dinosaur that will never be forgotten. Thanks for watching. Which fact about the Patagodontan scared you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time. Bye.